Welcome back, everyone. 9 o'clock on your Saturday morning. Thanks for starting your weekend with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Lindsay Monroe. Happy March 1st, everyone. We are rolling through this year. My goodness.
I know.
It's just like the days are just going.
Well, we're officially kicking off meteorological spring, which is how we keep records from a month-to-month basis. A little bit easier, a little cleaner if you start on the first of the month. Now, meteorological spring runs through the end of May, so May 31st. Then, of course, June 1st.
Yeah.
Kicks off.
But you were saying earlier, the calendar year for
the astronomical start is the 20th. So, yeah, and you know what? Winter's really trying to hold on as long as possible because we are really looking at wintry weather out there. And this was anticipated after yesterday's high of 64. We knew this cold front was going to be coming through. It definitely did. So we were actually in the 40s around midnight here in the Indy Metro, and that's going to go in the record books for the high temperature for today. The rest of the afternoon, we are being influenced by a pretty cold northwesterly wind, and not only will that keep the temperature near freezing basically all day long today, that northwest wind blowing over Lake Michigan is starting to initiate not only cloud cover, but also some of these scattered snow showers, and some of that is actually hitting the ground. We had bursts of snow up in the Peru area just about an hour ago that did coat some of those grassy surfaces. A lot of this will initially melt on contact, and I really only anticipate it impacting our northern and some of our easternmost counties today. But from everyone else, we're all dealing with that much colder air that has now settled in. We've dropped to 31 here in the Indy Metro. It's 27 in Kokomo, 30 over in Richmond right now. But everybody feeling more like the 20s. And a wind chill value right now, just 14 up in Kokomo. That is after having a high temperature in the 60s yesterday. So weather whiplash on a day like today. The good news is it is going to be brief. So we're going to hold steady near freezing today. Sky clears out tonight. Very cold in the teens overnight, and then things will start to warm back up. So we'll talk more about that warming trend coming up in your 7-day forecast.
All right, we'll see you then, Lindsay. A violent Friday night here in Indianapolis. Right now, Metro Police are investigating 3 separate shootings. 2 of them we know are deadly. Let's take a look at this map. They all happened within 50 minutes of each other. This first shooting happened just after 9 on the city's south side off of Southport Road near Emerson. That's where police were called to the Texas Roadhouse for a shooting. Now, we were told that officers found a man at the scene and he was rushed to the hospital but later died. Investigators tell us that a fight started inside the restaurant and quickly moved outside before shots were fired. IMPD says an off-duty officer was inside the restaurant right after the shooting and helped quickly detain the suspect.
I'm just very thankful that the off-duty officer was here to make apprehension, because if more shots had rang out, there's always a possibility that somebody else could have been struck, or if somebody who was just trying to be a good Samaritan had possibly tried to apprehend the person if something could have happened to them.
Police say they have interviewed several witnesses but are asking anyone else who was at the restaurant to come forward if they can help. Right now, we're still working to see if any charges are being filed against that suspect. The second shooting happened not too long after that one on the city's northwest side. Police say it happened at Brookside Park. That's where IMPD says officers found a person with gunshot wounds, and at last check, they were in critical condition at the hospital. We're still reaching out to police to see if they have any updates in their investigation. And in the last 30 minutes, we're now learning new information from IMPD about a deadly shooting on the northwest side. Police now tell us last night they were called to a car crash involving 2 vehicles near 62nd and Georgetown Road. That's where investigators say they found one of the drivers shot and unresponsive. That person died at the scene. Now, we're still working to learn when that person was shot, where they were shot, and exactly what may have led up to a shooting. And we're also trying to see if police have identified any possible suspects. Of course, as soon as we get more information on all 3 of these shootings, we'll pass that information along to you. Meanwhile, this morning, a man faces charges in connection in the death of a 3-year-old boy who overdosed on drugs. Our Marina Silva is now digging into new court documents and has more on this case.
This is where 3-year-old Asher Robinson was when medics found him. At first, doctors didn't see any signs of trauma until they got the toxicology reports back. The little boy died on January 25th. Police say James Robertson is arrested and charged in his death. Court documents say his exact cause of death is acute methadone intoxication. Tests found high levels of methadone in his system. When detectives spoke to Asher's mom, she told them she had not given permission for Asher to stay the night at Robertson's home where the boy was found. Originally, Robertson told police he took Asher with him to go get dog food. Later that night, when his mom called the house, she was told Asher wanted to stay longer. She said as long as someone was watching him, he could stay. But court documents say she never said he could stay all night. A neighbor told detectives someone came to her house around 4 in the morning to tell her Asher was not breathing. She started doing chest compressions until the medics took over. She told police he looked pale, was not breathing, and was unresponsive. Asher was taken to the hospital, but died. This week, U.S. Marshals arrested Robertson. Robertson told investigators he poured some methadone he got from the methadone clinic into a cup, and he forgot about it. He said he was saving methadone in pill bottles in case he got kicked out of the methadone clinic. He also told detectives this week he believed Asher drank it. Robertson's toxicology showed he tested positive for fentanyl. He admitted to police he had taken fentanyl the night Asher was at his home. Robertson is in the Marion County Jail. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Well, in 2024, IMPD investigated 3 fatal overdoses. So far in 2025, there has been 1, but IMPD did tell us they are still waiting on toxicology reports for other cases for both 2024 and 2025. Time is now 9:06 on your Saturday morning. Drivers, heads up this coming week. There are some road closures coming to the area near where IU Health Downtown Hospital project is being taking place. So starting Monday, the southbound lanes of Capitol Avenue between 16th and 14th Streets will be closed for underground utility work. Traffic will be rerouted to Meridian Street during that closure. We're also told that all lanes are expected to be closed through March 12th. A single lane, however, will open the following day. Well, drills for quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers start this afternoon at the NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. We know our Anna Chalker is there right now. And Anna, we know you've been telling us all about the cool experiences, and really it's going to look different, I guess, than what we saw last year, especially if you're used to doing it outside.
It is, Matthew. Everything has been brought inside except the 40-yard dash just due to how cold it is and the wind, because I will tell you, when you're out in that parking lot, it is so windy and things are just flying all over the place. So they felt safer this year to bring it all inside. So we've been showing you all the different areas. Here's another corner we wanted to show you. This is where you could take your picture behind the NFL podium and say, hey, I'm going to be the next guy to draft. One of these guys working out here today. The Vince Lombardi Trophy will also be here. The case is clear right now. They're clearing it, making sure everything's good, ready to go. But hey, I'll tell you, a lot of these guys who are here in the Combine today, they're going to possibly be up on a stage just like that in Green Bay come April. So an exciting moment that you get to witness here all for free, which is really great. I will say, if you want to buy anything, there are pro shops kind of in the corners of everything where they have just kind of Super Bowl memorabilia, jerseys of other teams, just if you wanted to get any of that like that. But we have so much more to show coming up at 9:30. We'll have all of that coming up, and we'll try to get over to the field to give you kind of an idea of what everything's going to look like here.
All right, sounds good, Anna. Anna Chalker reporting live for us at Lucas Oil Stadium this morning. Thanks.